Hello everyone, in this video we're going to see the solution to the Codeforces problem A of global round 14. So the problem name is Phoenix and Gold. So the question is Phoenix has collected n pieces of gold and he wants to weigh them up together so he can feel rich. Okay, backstory. The ith piece of gold has weight Wi. All weights are distinct. So you need to know this. All weights are distinct. He will put his n pieces of gold on a weight scale one piece at a time. So the scale has an unusual defect. If the total weight on it is exactly x, it will explode. So can he put all n gold pieces onto the scale in some order without the scale exploding during the process? If so, help him find the possible order. Formally, and this is actually the problem, we have to rearrange the array W so that for each I, for one I being 1 to n, and for each j from 1 to I, the sum of wj is not equal to x. So what does this mean? Let's understand with an example. So let's understand with a test case. So we have the number of weights given to us n, and we have the weight on which our scale will explode, that is x. So here 3 is n and 2 is x. So this is my n, this is my x. Okay. Now the weights are given 3 to 1, right? So the weights are given 3 to 1. Okay. This is the test case, right? So what I'm doing is I'm putting the weight 3 first, then I'm putting the weight second, then I'm putting the weight 1. So initially the sum is 3, after putting 2 it will be 5, after putting 1 it will be 6. So at no point the weight has been 2, right? So that means that we can put it in the order 3 to 1, and so the order 3 to 1 works. So you can see that the answer is yes, and the order remains 3 to 1. Okay, now let's take another example. We have 5, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Okay, so this is 5, 3, 5, 3. Let's increase the font. Here we go. So we have 5, 3, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Okay, so we don't want at any point the sum to be 3, and the 5 weights given to us are 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. So if we put it like this, so 1, I put 1, the total weight is 1. 2, I put, the total weight is 3. So the scale will explode. So we cannot put this in this order. That is the question. Okay, now how are we going to solve this? Now first let's look at some cases. Okay, now what are those cases? Suppose that the sum of all weights is equal to x. That means that sum of wi equal to x of all wi. So sum of all weights is x. This is my first case. You can say this is one case. So what will be the answer in this? So no matter how you arrange it, let's take a test case. So it's 3, it's 2, 3, and it's 1, 2. N is my number of weights. 3 is the weight I'm trying to avoid, and these are my weights. So no matter what order you put it in, either you put 1, then 2, you put 2, or then 1, the sum of all weights is equal to x. So at the end, the scale will have the weight x, so it will explode. So if sum of all weights is equal to x, then you cannot avoid getting the weight x, because ultimately no matter what the order, you're gonna get x at the end. So if sum of all weights equal to x, then the answer will be straight up no. So answer will be no in this case. Now let's take another test case, another example, not test case. So in this example, we are finding that sum of all weights is less than x. Okay, so sum of all weights is less than x. For example, we can have 400 and I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can say that the sum of all weights is 1 plus 3, 6 plus 4, 10. So this is 10, right? So sum of all weights is less than 100. That means that the answer will always be yes. How? Because we're not reaching x at all with the total weight. So at any point we will not be reaching x, right? While putting everything on the scale, we're not reaching x. So at any point, no matter what we put on the scale, the answer will always be less than x. It will never be equal to x. So here the answer will always be yes. So here the answer will always be yes. And as for the order, it doesn't matter. You can choose any order. So you just simply print the array as it is, because any order will work, right? So whatever the order is given, print it like that. It doesn't matter. Print the array as it is. Okay. So these are the two test cases. These are not test cases. These are the two cases or condition. These are the two condition. So I'll just write if sum of all weights, then this, else if sum of all weights less than x, and then else. Okay. Now this is my most important condition, right? So this is my most important condition, and that is here sum of all weights is greater than x. Okay, so in this, at one point we may reach x and we have to avoid that. So how are we going to do that? So let's check. So let's take a simple example. So suppose I have 5 and 10 and I have 6, 4, 2, 1, 5. Okay, so if I put it like this, I have 6 plus 4, I'll reach 10, right? But I don't want to reach 10 because 10 is x, I want to avoid x. Then a very simple way of doing it, and this works because all the elements are distinct. Remember that all the elements are distinct. So if you sort the array in either ascending order or descending order, so suppose I'm sorting it in descending order. So it will be 6, 5, 4, 2, 1, right? And then you check. So I'm putting 6, I'm putting 5, 6 plus 5 is 11. And so anyways, we can print it in descending order. Sum of the weights will never be equal to x, so we're good. And let's take another example. Okay, so suppose I have 4 and again I have 10 and I have 6, 3, 4, 2. Now I'm sorting it in descending order. 6, 4, 3, 2. Okay, so I'm putting it in this way. So I got 6, so far so good. I got 4. 6 plus 4 is equal to 10. I don't want 10. I want to avoid 10. So what I'm doing now is till here. So see like this. Till here I've gotten 10. So instead of taking the current element, I'll take this element. So it will be 6. I got 6. Now I'm seeing that after getting 4, I'll be getting 10. So instead of this element, I'm taking the element on the right, 3. That value will be less than x. And then I'll take the current value. And that value will become greater than x. So 6, 3, 4, and then the rest I can print as it is. Okay, now why is this working? Because look, I'm getting x, sum equal to x. Now the value on the right will be less than this value because all the elements are distinct. So if I take this and if I take this, then that value will be less than x. So 6 plus 3, 9 is less than 10. And then if I take this value, the current value, then that will become greater than x. So first we're getting less than x, then we're getting greater than x. We're not getting equal to x. Then afterwards it will continue to get greater than x. Okay, so this is the way we're doing it. So basically what I'm doing is, I'm doing this. I'm decreasing the array. I'm sorting the array in decreasing order. Sorting the array in decreasing order. So you sort the array in decreasing order first, and then you just keep on adding. Okay, so you keep on adding sum is equal to sum plus a of I. Okay, now you keep on adding sum is equal to sum plus a of I wherever you find that sum is equal to x, right? At I, this is my for loop, right? So this is inside my for loop for int I is equal to 0, I less than n, and this is the pseudo code. We'll go to my actual code after this. So for int I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, I'm saying sum is equal to sum plus a of I. At any place, if I'm finding sum is equal to x, then what I'm doing is I'm swapping those elements. So let's take that example again. So I have say 5 and I have 4 and I have 10 and I have 6, 4, 3, 2, right? So I'm getting here 6 plus 4, 10. So just swap this. So it will be 3 and 4. And now you will find that at no point will the value be equal to x. So if sum is equal to x, then you swap the current element, meaning that swap a of I with a of I plus 1. And that's all the change you need to make. Then you print the array. Okay, and that's simply it. So what I'm saying is, at any point, let's take another example to have better clarity. Suppose I have 5 and I don't want 10. So I have 5, 3, 2, 1, or let's make it 4. Okay, so I don't want 10. So I'm getting 5, okay, 3, 8, okay, 2, I'm getting 10. I don't want 10. So what I'm doing is I'm swapping this with this. So it will become, instead of 2, 1, it will become 1, 2. So it is now 1, 2. And now you can see that 5 plus 3, 8, 8 plus 1, 9, that is less than 10, plus 2, 12, that is greater than 10. So we're not getting equal to 10. So that's it. That's all the logic we're doing. So we divided it in 3 conditions. If sum of all weights equal to x, answer is no. Else if sum of all weights is less than x, yes. And you print the array as it is. Else you just check, you sort the array in decreasing order. Wherever you get the sum is equal to x, you swap the current element with the next element. So that's it. Now let's just look at my code. Okay, So like I said, I'm first checking the sum of all the elements. If sum is equal to x, then the answer is no. Sum is less than x, then the answer is always yes. Doesn't matter the order, so I'm printing the array as it is. Else, again I'm saying sum is equal to 0. I'm sorting the array in reverse order. I'm putting yes because the answer will be yes. And then I'm saying sum plus equal to a of I. Wherever I find sum is equal to x, I swap a of I with a of I plus 1 and I break from the loop. And then I can simply say a of I can simply print a of I. This sum I was just checking to see what test case I was missing, so you can just ignore this. So at the end what I'm doing is I'm just printing the array as it is because I've already swapped or I've already made the changes necessary. So that's it. If you have any doubts, then just put them in the comments. I'll be sure to answer. Thank you.